In the early years of the 20th century, Earth had about 1.6 billion humans to feed. Nowadays, a little more than a century later, the global population has grown to roughly 7.6 billion people. And although this is a staggering number, estimates suggest that we might see the 10 billionth human being born before the end of this century. As some regions of the planet, such as Africa and Asia, still have considerable room to grow in most of their countries. Also, according to a United Nations report, the number of city dwellers in the world surpassed those who don't live in cities in 2010, and the gap between them is estimated to grow an additional 3.5 billion until 2040. With this information in hand, governments and companies are worried about how to effectively feed everyone. In 1798, Thomas Malthus, an English scholar, proposed a theory in which he believed that the human population grew at an exponential rate, while our food production grew at an arithmetic rate. Eventually, the world would see food shortages, and conflict would arise from it. However, due to innovation and technology, we have been able to feed the population more than 5 times the size of that of Malthus's time. But nowadays, there's a catch. Simply cramping animals together in a slaughterhouse or pumping crop fields full of pesticides isn't sustainable or healthy for us. And now, finally, we know it. People as well as nations all over the planet have redesigned their priorities. Achieving a responsible way to feed us has become one of the most important of them. With that in mind, we are seeing now a plethora of companies investing in alternative solutions to feed us. From soy-based meat to protein bars with crickets and other insects inside. However, 2 alternatives have fully captured our attention here at the Hive. They are vertical farming and lab-grown clean meat. Vertical farming's concept brings about 2 major advantages. The first one is the proximity to the final consumer. Since any old warehouse in the outskirts of a major city can be used as a vertical farm, transport costs are significantly reduced, and the product thereby has a longer shelf life. The second major benefit is that since all farming is done inside a closed and contained environment, there's no need to use pesticides or herbicides. Also, resources such as water, nutrients, and lighting can be sorted out more efficiently due to the higher degree of control of the environment. Now, another alternative which has hit the spotlight recently is the technology of lab-grown meat, which revolves around the idea of getting real animal cells and feeding them nutrients until they grow into the meat we know and love. Figures such as Bill Gates and Richard Branson have already bought into this idea and became investors in some companies. The latter even went as far as to say that all meat will either be lab-grown or plant-based in the next 30 years. The main benefit behind this alternative would be to remove the majority of living animals of the equation, freeing land that is currently used for their pastures and the crops they feed on. Some estimates even suggest that over a third of the arable land in the planet is occupied by livestock feed crop cultivation. Also, being able to acquire meat without the need to kill a living being really seems like a good direction that we could take together as a species. Well everyone, that was our take on the future of food and 2 possible game-changing technologies that are a reality right now, although in their early stages. If you want us to expand on a similar subject and make a video just about it, don't forget to mention it in the comment sections below, as well as answering this question. Would you eat insect-based food or lab-grown meat? If so, why? Well, that was it for today's video. Thanks everyone for watching, and see you next time.